Well, this has been a long time coming, this one. Supersonic, where the words kind of make not a huge amount of sense in the best possible way. Lots of mentions of yellow submarines and sunshine, or sunshine, I should say. But it's got a really cool opening lick with this kind of, almost like playing the harp. And then you've got the really kind of Blur-esque heavy riff with the... So we're going to go through all of that in this lesson series, but if you're an Oasis fan like I am, do subscribe for more lessons on Oasis. We have others on Songbird, Live Forever. There's also a chord sheet for Wonderwall that's available, all on our tab section. But let's dive into this one then. Standard tuning and a nice slow little opening riff. And we're going to start off with this high pick glissando. It's quite hard to actually get this bit right with the high gliss pick. So what you need to do is look for your bolt that's in your bridge pickup here. We're on the bridge pickup for the whole of this track. And when you scrape the pick across, you don't want to start higher than that, otherwise it doesn't work. So if you listen carefully, you're way low on the pitch. It's because your guitar's picking up the wrong side. It's picking up this note here. Whereas once you pass that point, it starts picking up this tiny little distance here. And that's what we're trying to do on our bottom E string there, so the low E string. Also with the pick scrape, try and tilt your plectrum forwards. So instead of your normal playing position, if you tilt it forwards and play with the sort of the top edge bit here, you'll be able to achieve that sound. Also, you have to play it so slowly. It lasts for the whole of the introduction section. So that happens over all of this stuff. So try and, if you're playing that part of it in the beginning, just try and make sure you scrape as slow as you possibly can. It's tough to do, but it does achieve that sound. For the intro itself then, like I said at the beginning in the introduction, it kind of sounds a bit like a harp. So Noel Gallagher doesn't really do alternate picking very much. He tends to take quite a straightforward approach to playing guitar, as you would. So he does this 3 downs and then ups to follow. So he has 3 downs on this chord, and then all up picks following the other direction. Now let's talk about the chord itself. This whole piece of music is in a kind of F sharp minor, so 2nd fret is F sharp if you do your bar chord there. F sharp minor. Is the kind of the center tonality. What's happening here is that you're essentially forming that F sharp minor chord. But you're leaving your first finger out of the top two strings. So the way you set it up is you do a third and fourth finger on those fourth frets, and then the first finger on that G string on the second fret. So you've got this. That coupled with the open strings is what gives you that really awesome sound. And it's like an F sharp minor chord with an E in the top, which is the seventh. So an E and a B. Really beautiful chord. So that's how the initial chord shape setup works. Then we're going to talk about the picking pattern again. So you've got 3 downs, and then 4 ups. And then at this point, you've got to move your hand while playing that open A string to an A power chord, but you're letting the B and E strings ring out again. So, and then you swap over to a B7. So, and then you move back into position. Quite hard to kind of get those chord shapes in position. I'm so used to playing an A minor. But you need to do an A minor, but take the first finger out of action and play the open B string. So that's the chord at the start of bar 6. And then you move to this B7. So the frets are 2, 1, 2. And the fingers are 2, 1, 3. So that sequence is, and then you move. So once you've mastered that, it happens 4 times, so you want to kind of get the hang of that opening introduction section there. The next thing that we're going to do is do the sort of variation here, which is following through Noel Gallagher's part up to the start of verse 1. So you get one final one of these in bar 7. And then this time you get... And then Noel hangs on to that note while Bonehead goes. And we'll cover that part in a different video, and we're going to do Noel's verse 1 part next. But we thought we'd stop here, having mastered the intro section. We're going to go through both of their guitar lines, by the way, throughout the whole track. So Noel and Bonehead do quite different stuff in this one. I'm going to stick with Noel first of all, but thanks for watching part 1 of this video series, the intro to Supersonic. We'll do part 2 next.